What's up, agents, and welcome back to another Division video where we're going to talk about blue builds today, which is not something you often see on my channel. As you know, I'm a massive fan of red builds, but people say to me all the time they run 3, 4, 5, 6 blues and they get on absolutely fine in heroic and much more difficult content. So I'm here to try one out. Don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe. Let's get straight into it. So I've got a couple of variations of what I put together, and it comes in pretty handy at the moment because of some new sets that we've had in the game, meaning we can probably push out a little bit more damage. So it does actually make this video pretty viable as far as an update video might go for some of the builds that we get. So I'm just going to try it out. I've got a couple of variations I'll show you. I'm not sure if I just said that because my brain's not working because I'm playing and demoing at the same time. Obviously the shield's pretty tanky as well in this build because we've got blue cores in there, which shields adapt tankiness from blue or yellow main cores. A lot of people do give me some stick for running all red builds. They're like, you know, you're going to be too squishy, etc, etc. And I gotta get it right. It's the kill or be killed scenario. Sometimes it works out really well. Sometimes, you know, you go on the floor. But, you know, I've always got that reviver hive if I need it. And in this scenario as well, you wouldn't need to use the shield if you didn't want to. You could probably just use the Banshee Pulse and just, you know, not take the amount of punishment that I happen to be taking. It is interesting though that I literally can just stand still here. And look at the armor, that's actually insane. Yeah, I'm suitably impressed. I don't really feel like my time to kill was that much quicker than what it would be on an all red build. It is definitely slower, but there is that accounting for, you know, placement, downtime. I'm clearly hitting for around half that what I would normally hit for on an all red build. You know, we'd be up in the 1.5 million marks. We're close, and you know, headshots here are about 800k. But I mean, we've had absolutely nothing to worry about. I actually don't feel like I need the shield. Banshee Pulse would probably just be a better shout. Strikers stacks build relatively good because they get more time to stack. This is the first time we've really kind of suffered, but you know, a significant, you know, I could have just popped my shield, right? I purposely didn't. But obviously I'm using the St. Elmo's engine, as you can see, which is providing a really good amount of CC along with it. You could just use the St. Elmo. That's what I'm using. You could just use the Lexington if you wanted to. And again, you would push out more damage, Lexington with Killer. So if you didn't want the CC element and you just wanted to, you know, push the damage even higher, you could go Lexington. And we'll do that in the next kind of section. I get this guy dead. Yeah, that's actually pretty crazy how quickly that was able to do, and it's relatively stress-free. So, you know, different builds for different scenarios, I guess. So this is the build. Now, the reason this wasn't all blue, and it could have been, is you would have to get a Unit Alloys backpack with crit chance, crit damage, and Bloodsucker to roll so that you can change the core attribute to blue, which would be pretty difficult, and to me sticking with 5 blue cores was just enough. You can see here from my stats we're at 55 crit chance, but yeah, it worked out really well. Looking at the other Unit Alloys piece, the Equalizer, you can see here the reason I went with 2-piece Unit Alloys is because we're all blue, so taking the assault rifle damage 2-piece brand set bonus was quite effective in this scenario because we're losing so much weapon damage from taking blue core attributes. Getting this 20% here of raw assault rifle damage is absolutely worth the trade-off. crit chance in the mod slot, crit chance, crit damage with the blue core attributes. A little bit hard to get this chest piece, but not as hard as some other pieces. It always rolls with perfect obliterate, which is also giving us weapon damage, which works out kind of nice here, and probably why this works so well, because you're actually adding in weapon damage rather than, you know, critical hit damage, for instance, whereas weapon damage is a much better modifier to build back up our damage when we've taken away so much for armor. And then to strikers, which again, obviously, as we've just talked about, is increasing weapon damage again, which is why this is actually so effective, and why strikers in general is just so much more effective. Weapon handling and rates of fire with strikers gamble, I don't need to go over that, you've seen it a million times. Double crit damage on the mask, crit chance on the gloves, crit damage on the knees, and crit chance on the holster. You have to get them to drop with that as the minor attribute so that you can change the core attribute, but don't worry too much, because obviously if it's not the same as mine, you can just kind of mix and match the mods to get yourself to around 55 crit chance and 132% critical hit damage, which again is no slouch, but that's also obviously helps a little bit with the St. Elmo. It comes with some nice mods of 15 crit chance and 15 crit damage. If you end up with one extra crit chance roll, you'll go 1% over on crit chance, but again, that really wouldn't matter too much as a placeholder. I think it would just be as viable as what I'm running right now. If I was to make a change, which is what I was talking about before, to add in some extra damage, I would put in a striker's backpack with a blue core, as you can see, and then we would just flip to the overdogs. We've now got less survivability, but we have in fact got more damage output. So what we'll do is we'll flip to the Elmo as well, just to kind of show that we can do more damage. And as you can see here, we are short on crit chance, but we can fix that quite easily by throwing in, not that one, we'll throw that one in, a crit chance mod there, taking us to 55 and 117. So slightly less, but we will do more damage with this build because of the striker's backpack. Striker's gamble boost is insanely good. But we'll still use the shield in this case and see how we get on. If you're going to leave me now, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe as always. Let's head to another set to this CP right here, and I'll be right back. And just like that, we are at the demolition site. We are getting a little bit of aggro here, so we're going to take these guys down before we head in. But noticing already, you know, without any striker stacks, or hardly any striker stacks, we're hitting for 900k. So we're definitely going to do more damage with this build. Do we really need all of the bonus armor or not? I guess we will find out. Another option that you could have put on is the Memento backpack, but obviously that is then down to token collecting and things like that. And I think just having the 20% on always damage from the unit alloys backpack would just be a better case scenario. Where they at? Hello. My shield's blocking me from going up the stairs. Nice. Yeah, we got a mill in here now as we are getting up our striker stats. And obviously we've got the Lexington 1.3 mils with the health damage there, which is slightly inflated because it is health damage, but yeah, we're having a much easier time with this build. This is a nice in between, I guess. And again, we're really not struggling. You know, the sheer amount of armor we've got is giving us a good time. The ability to play at range here because they're, you know, Want to have a fight over there instead of coming and fighting me? What are you shooting me from over there? Lexington is so good. Oh, it's a named boss. Alright, let's go and interview then rather than play at range. I feel like they're everywhere. But the same kind of bonuses that we get from the previous build. Strikers stacks up very easily because we are hitting the less per bullet. I certainly wouldn't go Striker's chest piece. I think that would be just a little bit too much for stacking. Maybe if you were running Legendary, that would be a good idea. Are they going to come out here? Oh, there's somebody already in. I do feel like it is certainly a nice change of pace. Oh, no. And it gives you a ton of options in between, right? You don't have to take it to the extreme. You know, you don't have to go all blue. Well, 5 out of 6 blue for this to work. You could perhaps start dropping a few cores here, there, and everywhere. Where is this dude? Is he inside? Come on, man. This video's long enough already. I thought we'd done pretty well. 11 minutes. Guys, tell me where he is. Come on, let's do this. We are doing this. Where are they? I mean, that's your scenario there, where if I was all red, I'd have taken him down. And him as well by now. But I mean, we still got there. We still bumped the weak points pretty easily. But yeah, all good. Thoroughly enjoyed my time with an all blue build. Which one would I go for? I honestly think the first one was probably better. I know I'm building in more damage here, but I feel like I have an easier time with the double unit alloys and bloodsucker kicking in. So if I was gonna save any loadout, this is probably the one that I would save. Or you could switch the other one and just switch the St. Elmo in. Maybe the CC with the more damage would be the way to go. But I kind of like this. This is where I'm going to sit. Let me know which one you prefer down below in the comments. Do you run all blue builds? If you do, let me know what you run down below, and I might actually check it out and make a video on it. As always, thank you for all your love and support, agents. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And as always, I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.